Hey guys, Stanley7 here, and welcome to this beautiful sunny day at Alta Terra. I don't know if any of you guys watching recognize this track, but a few of you might because it has been raced before in the past a lot in Halo 5. We raced it in FLR. I don't exactly remember what season that was, but I definitely remember that we raced it in FLR, maybe twice, honestly. And then I know for a fact that we raced it in Season 1 of HRL. It was the concluding race of that Champ Series where Armada took the Champ Series victory, his only championship in HRL, which was, a pretty good moment for him to take it at his own track. He also got his only win in Halo 5, so a pretty memorable moment for him, and hopefully we can get him back eventually. Still rooting for the Armada comeback. So front row here we got Detail and Rebel first and second. And then third is going to be Pancake, fourth Real Deal. You got the returning drivers row right there. Fifth is Vulcan, and sixth is Elite. They're actually lined up wrong, so it's fifth Elite, sixth Vulcan. And seventh is Luke, eighth is Commando. So here we go, going to get this race started, and we're green. Oh, it looks like Elite is slow to the start. That or he lagged, because it looked like a combination of both. Ooh, Vulcan gets cheesed a little bit. Going to fall back to seventh. And it looks like Rebel is actually your early leader. He takes it over Detail. So Rebel leading the race early on. Battle for third between Pancake and Real Deal. And Luke's going to try to dive the inside. Gets cheesed though, so that's going to slow him down. And that whole second pack is going to be in a different, completely different space than the first pack. The packs have kind of split into two at this point. Still Pancake working really hard on Real Deal, and then we got that backpack with all kinds of battles as well. Rebel has stretched out his lead a bit at this point. Oh, Detail railing that final corner though. He's definitely going to gain some time on Rebel right there. Going through this rumble strip, and we're going to go up the hill. It's a pretty interesting point of the track. You see drivers gain time on this hill. I'm still not exactly sure why that is. That is just the weirdest hill in Halo. I still have no idea how it works. We thought we found out how it works, and then it turns out that we're pretty sure that it's just random at this point. So Rebel, Detail, Real Deal, and Pancake, and then you have a battle for fifth between Luke and Vulcan, which is a pretty nice battle at the moment. You see crossovers going on. Another crossover, and they're side by side. Going to be going into the next corner. Still side by side. Going to be entering the final corner, and Vulcan's just running off the track, and there they both go out. Not exactly sure how that wreck happened, if it was Vulcan pushing down or if it was just lag. Couldn't really tell. Definitely a lot of cheese talk about that during the race though. I wish I had the audio, because there's a lot of commentary from drivers that were spectating on that one. It was kind of funny. So here we go down the downhill into the sweeper. And it looks like Rebel is still holding onto your lead. Detail is still holding comfortably in second. Although it looks like he's having a rough couple of laps. He's losing a bit of time. Real Deal is actually gaining on Detail. Real Deal practiced. He should be good at this track, because he practiced this track a crap load. I mean, honestly, he possibly could have practiced more than anybody else. I felt like he was on this track constantly. Here we go up the uphill. See if anybody's going to gain any time. Looks like Pancake might have gained a little bit of time off it. Rebel still holding solidly into the lead. And oh no! Wow! Pancake with a crazy crash. Take a look at the replay of that. That is one of the most spectacular crashes we've ever seen on HRL. I'm guessing that must have been lag, because that just looked odd. Real Deal and Pancake both started turning off the track and making no attempt to correct it. So I'm assuming that was some sort of lag spike that they both got hit with. And now you have Luke there battling with Pancake as well, so this is going to be an interesting battle for the semi-transfer spot, which is that fourth place position, which Pancake now currently holds. Real Deal still holding in a third, although these guys have way fallen out of the lead battle. The lead battle is definitely gone at this point with 3 laps to go. So it's going to be an interesting battle. We're going to have a battle between Rebel and Detail for the lead, and we're going to have a battle between Real Deal, Pancake, and Luke for third, fourth, and fifth. How beautiful those trees are around the track. We need Armada to come back. Forging and for race. Wow, Detail! Did you guys see that? He just railed that inside. He possibly gained like 4 or 5 goose lengths off of that, and that is Detail's line. He is possibly one of the best at that line. He hits it all the time, and it gets a little risky. Sometimes he cheeses himself doing it, but when he does do it successfully, he does what he did right there. He gains like 4 or 5 goose lengths. And here he's going to go. He's going to stick it to the inside on Rebel. Detail also really fast in the final corner. Look at that. He would have led that lap. So he basically completes the pass in the final corner alone. He was like 2 goose lengths behind Rebel going into it. That was absolutely crazy. Rebel's gaining a little bit of time on the uphill though. But Detail is trying to hold on to this inside. He definitely wants this heat win. He wants that better starting position for the semi. Detail, fast driver at this track. He wants it. Oh, Rebel tries to hit him with the crossover, but not going to work in that section when Detail blocks the line. And Detail is now your leader with 2 laps to go. Going to be hard for Rebel to catch back up to him. And it looks like Detail has quite a bit of a gap now, so now we're going to focus on Real Deal, Pancake, and Luke and see how this battle concludes. Looks like Real Deal has a decent lead at the moment, holding onto that 3rd place position. He really just wants to get into the semi at this point. It doesn't really matter. Oh, Pancake's got a huge run there, just like Detail did to Rebel. Pancake's got a huge run with that final corner rumble strip. And here we go to the white flag lap. Side by side, this is looking exactly like the battle that we just saw between Detail and Rebel for the lead. And it looks like Pancake's got a nice run right there. Probably going to hold on to it, giving a little bit of room, though, for Real Deal in case he has oh, nope, not going to be able to do it. And now it's going to be a battle between Real Deal and Luke for 4th place, the semi-transfer spot. And here we go into the hairpin, and Luke dives it. Ends up getting cheesed off the bumper, so that's probably going to be it for the semi-transfer spot. Real Deal might have one more shot at passing Pancake, but for semi, it's probably going to be those guys. And here we go. Detail is going to take his first heat win in quite a while. You got Rebel in 2nd, and then Pancake and Real Deal crossing the line 3rd, 4th, Luke 5th, and the other drivers are going to take a little bit. So we'll see them on the scroll. So Elite ends up finishing 6th, Commando 7th, and Vulcan DNFs in 8th. There you go, guys, and let's get ready for Heat 2. Alright, here we go with Heat 2. We got Roman and Bean on the front row. And then following them up in the 2nd row is going to be Blades and Hunter. And then following them up in 5th and 6th, Atlantic Champ and Slaunch. And rounding out the field is going to be Sector 701, and we have Camby, who was a little bit late, so he didn't start this heat. So here we go, green flag Champ, a little slow to the start. It's going to affect Sector a little bit, or quite a bit, actually. Looks like Roman off to the early lead, although it's close between him and Camby, or between him and Bean up the hill. And we got Blades in 3rd as well, Slaunch in 4th, trying to breathe his neck. Whoa, Bean! Holy crap. And Slaunch going over as well, or almost going over, popping a wheelie. We see the wreck there, the replay of Bean. That was a violent crash. And Slaunch also popping the wheelie. A lot of violent crashes through the downhill in the heats. I love watching crashes through the downhill, but I hate being involved in one because that is pretty hard to come back from. Bean is going to have a tall order if he's going to make it into the semi after wrecking like that. Oh, and Blades, similar to Detail and Pancake making their moves in the last race, he's making his move to the inside of Roman. He had that nice run on the final corner. The final corner seems to be what is separating the really fast drivers from just the fast drivers on this track is that final corner. The way they run it is making them a separate tier on this track. This section, though, the line here, I think most people know about by now, but that final corner, I think, is what's separating the pack at this point. Roman trying to fight back a little bit, but Blades pretty fast. It looks like he's going to hold on to this lead. Here we go to Slaunch holding on to 3rd. He was in 4th, but then that whole thing with Bean went down. That sucks for Bean. He could have had a pretty good shot at making it into the semi if that crash didn't happen. And also, some team announcements. I'll try to go over all of them if I recall all of them. So, Pancake now is on Navy Squeals. Navy Squeals dropped Bean for Pancake, so their team is now Ump, Pancake, and Detail. And then we got Hunt the Turkey, which is now Hunt the Beans, because they picked up Bean, and their team is now Hunter, Bean, and Elite. So their team, they're finally a team now, for once. And then we got Monster Energy, which dropped Cat, who's not supposed to show up for another 2 weeks, I think, for Roman. So that's a pretty big gamble right there that Roman's gonna have a better season for the rest of the season than Cat, and keeping Vulcan because Vulcan has that attendance factor as we hit 3 laps to go. Hunter trying to make a move on Slaunch, so Monster Energy is now Papa, Vulcan, and Roman. And then you have the rejects who are still fronted by Rebel, and they've got Blades still, but they're looking for a third. They dropped Commando Pack and picked up Real Deal. So the rejects is now Rebel as Hunter with a pretty nice pass on Slaunch right there. Hunter's actually looking pretty fast at this track. So rejects are now Rebel, Blades, and Real Deal. So there's your little team updates. I think I got them all. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that was all of them. So there's your little update in the team standings and who's on which team. Going to be interesting to see how many drivers from each team we have make it into the Champ Series. I'm trying to think of a way to balance it out so that each team has a pretty good shot at winning the team championship in the Championship Series, instead of one team just winning it because they have 3 drivers instead of other teams that have 2 or 1. Mostly 2. I think most teams will have 2 in the Champ Series. Hopefully. One team will probably end up with 1. Maybe, possibly 2. We'll have to wait and see how it plays out. So far, we're up to 2 to go. Hunter's looking pretty decent on this track so far. Slaunch is trying to reel him in, but he isn't gaining too much time until he gets to the hairpin. Looks like he got a lot of time right there. Now he's right on Hunter's bumper. I don't know if you noticed that, but I slurred my words there. I almost called him Humper. And yeah, Slaunch has a decent run, but again, Hunter, he is just nailing that last final corner, and he gains all that time that Slaunch got that lap. He gets it all back right there. Final lap, white flag. Looks like pretty decent gaps. I'll be surprised if someone else gets in the semi. I'm not sure how close Bean is in 5th, but it looks like this will probably be your semi order. Not sure about the finishing order though. We might see a move or two by the end of this race. Slaunch just railing that rumble strip, trying to get as fast of a run as possible. Here goes through the hairpin. Pretty even with Hunter through the hairpins. Looks like he gains a little bit of time on the second one though. He was faster on the exit of the corner. Here we go. If he's going to make a move, this is where it's going to happen. And we're coming to the finish, and it looks like Blades is going to hold on for the victory. Roman's going to take second. There goes Slaunch. He made the move. Not able to do it though. Hunter's going to finish 3rd, Slaunch 4th, and Bean, who is just now catching up, in 5th. That sucks for Bean. If there was an extra lap, he might have been able to do something. 6th, we're going to have Champ. And 7th, Sector. And 8th, obviously, Camby, who did not start the race. So Blades gets the heat win. That's going to put him on the front row with Detail in the semi. Going to be a fun one. Let's get to that.